college graduation rates, and that's why we're at a place now where you're expected to have a college bachelor's degree in the same way you were expected to have a high school degree in the latter part of the 20th century. And that's why universities basically give those fuckers away and they're useless now. So you have to have it because it's an initiation into the civilization your grandparents built. And so you see me as somebody who rejects the civilization my grandparents built, and what you don't understand is that I so deeply understand the civilization my grandparents built. I'm just going to go back to the way their great grandparents did it. My great grandmother was Shawnee. So somewhere back there in my line are Native American people who lived in these same hills, these same woods, this same environment, this same climate, walked to the same ground. I'm allowed to wonder what their life was like and live it. I'm allowed that. You can't take it away from me, but I'm also allowed to want it. But that comes from wanting to know what my granddad was like. That was from wanting to be involved in what my granddad. Okay, well, what about my great granddad? What about my great granddad? Well, all of them they're all imaginary. Because effectively, my grandfathers were orphans. Effectively. My maternal grandfather was an orphan. His parents, according to the family legend, just up and left one day. Poof. Disappeared. With like 13 kids or whatever. Because that was fucking normal back in the day. Unless you were French. If you were French, you were expected not to do that. You were expected to have one and pamper it. Because the French had an overpopulation problem. One halves the population in a generation. If everybody only has one child, halves the population in a generation. Especially in the pre-modern world, when we're talking about people didn't live to see the next generation be adults very often. And so what I would tell you is, if you're trying to approach me and you're trying to approach my work and you want to understand my work, the best way to do it is the way I'm telling you right now. Try to think like me. It's weird to me. And that's what I wanted to talk about as I approached Panera. I got maybe 5 minutes on my walk. And that's what's weird to me the most about the way I'm treated online, is it's like, maybe you guys just don't listen to creatives talk, but creatives always talk about the beauty of the end product of art that is created under extreme creative limitation. Extreme creative limitations. So if you listen to Beyonce talk about her country album, which I fucking despise, but if you listen to her talk about it, she talks about how country was for her creative. It was a set of creative limitations, of artistic limitations. There were things in country that you just can't do that you can do in hip hop and R&B and whatever else she's involved in. Whatever, pop music. There are things you just can't do. Well, she does all of them. She didn't allow herself to be limited at all because she's Beyonce and those creative limitations were limiting. And she doesn't want to be limited, right? And so what she convinced herself is that she was using a different set of creative tools to get the same end product done. And so that's actually how the Lombard people were, well, the queens of the Lombard people were able to convince their peasants that no, stone architecture is just as good as wood architecture. And no. All of these patterns, see, they're the same patterns woven into the stone that we weave into our wicker, etc. Our fabrics. Same thing. And so it's weird to me that I don't get more